Hi crafty friends, Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a layout using the July Hip Kit Club. So let's go ahead and get started on today's layout. So in front of me I have the July Hip Kit Club, and I am just so amazed by all the product that comes in this kit. So we have like the journaling spots here. We've got the chipboard elements. There's a lot of pretty flowers this month in the July kit. We also have some vellum stickers, so I'm really interested in seeing what those look like. We've got some die cuts here. We've got some vellum letters, some puffy stickers, and then the paper. The paper is really pretty with some bold, vibrant colors. So I love this one with the cameras, the flowers here. It's a pretty like orange and pink. Just a lot of variety in this month's kit. Now this is the photo that I want to scrapbook. This is my daughter Tatum in front of this beautiful pink Bronco in her dreams. This is her car, but she sent me this photo and I just couldn't wait to scrapbook it. So I've picked out my photos here, or picked out my paper. I've got the black and white polka dot, and then what I've done here is I want to do like this side on here, like half and half, but I didn't want to waste all the pink paper. So I just cut like an inch around that pink paper, and I went ahead and adhered that to the black and white polka dot. I did distress the edges off camera. So I distressed the black and white polka dot and the pink. I did that off camera, so you didn't have to watch me do all that. And now I'm gluing this down, and I'm just going to cut this off. At first I thought I could use my paper trimmer, but it just really wasn't fitting in there correctly. So I'm just going to grab some scissors here, and I'm going to snip this off. Now my idea is I want to repeat the same element on the other side of the page. So I'm hoping by snipping this that I can do that and still have enough paper to back my photo. So here is how I made that. I put my paper at 1 inch, and then I cut 1 inch and then up to 8 inches, I believe, on this one. So you can see here, I didn't cut all the way across on both of them, just on one of them, so I have that corner. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm going to glue this to this paper. I've already distressed the edges, and then I distressed the pink edges off camera. So I'm going to peel these off because I think I can use those. And then I do have enough to back my photo here. So I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors again and just cut this out. Now I did print my photo at home. I have the Epson PictureMate 400, and I love that because I can print any size I want. So I printed this photo in the 3x4 size, and here it is all distressed, ready to go. I've got this perspective here. It says Happy Snaps, and this is from Bramble Fox. And I'm thinking I can make this work by bringing in some of that same color by doing some stamping. So I have this Vicky Bouton stamp here, and I took a piece of scrap cardstock and I did a sample to see if I was going to like it, and I do. So I want to make 3 areas of repeating, so that way I have 3 areas of interest around my page using the same stamping, and I like the way that looked. I'm using peacock feathers, in case you're wondering the ink color. I'm just dipping my brush in the ink and then rubbing it off on the scrap paper there, and now I'm just adding a little more color behind where I did the stamping. I'm also going to come in with the pink Distress Oxide ink, and I am going to stamp a few more items here. I've got some little like X's, and I think those look cute. Now I'm using another one of the stamps, and I have the Black Soot Distress Oxide ink, and I'm just stamping this text one. And I think that's enough for stamping. I'm bringing out these scrapbook.com nested metal tag dies. And I used one of the pattern papers, this teal color, and I cut 2 tags, and I like that it also has like the white reinforcer part to it, so I cut that out as well. I'm not going to glue them down yet, but I do want to just place them here for reference. I did distress the edges of those tags, and I do want to place something behind my photo, so I want to do some layers And at first I was thinking I could use a few of these journaling cards, but I just don't think there's enough in here. There's some really cute ones, but I'm not liking the way that the sizes that they are. I think they need to be bigger. So off camera, I cut 2 pieces of 3x4 from the cardstock or from the pattern paper, and I cut the orange one that has the pink in it and the yellow. So I'm going to bring in a few more colors, and I thought maybe I could bring in those colors again on the florals. So I've got the florals here, and I set them aside. I also used a pink and Maine die to cut out this little swirly curly Q. I don't know, I haven't used this in forever. In fact, I only use it on cards, but I just thought it was fun and like whimsical, and I thought it'd look cute on this page. So I cut that out of some black glossy cardstock. I've pulled a few elements here from the chipboard pieces, thinking I might use some of these. So I'm just gonna kind of audition them in different places. I love that little barcode one that says this happened, and it's got like a yellow paint splatter on it. So I wanna use that. And then I like this little circle one too that says, I think it says, what an epic moment. So I like that. I like these butterflies, and I also like these hearts. They're in the same colors that I have on my page. I've sorted the flowers by color, so I took all of the floral pieces that were in the pack, and I made a pink pile, an orange pile, a yellow pile, and a teal pile. And I want to try to introduce all 3 of those colors in my clusters. So I'm going to have 3 clusters of florals, and I want to try to put something of each color in the floral clusters. So I'm going to kind of audition them around the page here, trying to see which ones I want. Before I glue them down, I will use some foam tape to pop some of them up. And right now I've only got 2 clusters, but I will end up making a 3rd cluster where that butterfly is. And then I want to place a few elements just down here at the bottom where I have my title. So I like the way that looks off camera. I took everything off and glued it down, and I used some pop dots, or some foam adhesive. I thought there was something missing over here to the right of my photo, so I've got this little black chipboard frame. I cut it in half so I can use the other half, because half of it's just going to be tucked behind my photo anyway. So I snipped that in half, bringing in some wet tacky glue to make sure this sticks, and see where that edge of that paper is. I think this is just going to clear up that little awkward space. Off camera, I did place some flowers at the top in that cluster. Now I want to use some of these, and I had a hard time peeling them off, so I did pause the camera because I could not peel these vellum stickers off. They were a little difficult. I ended up bringing in one of my Cricut tools and was able to get one off. So I put this little pink splatter spot down behind my title, and I think that really helps my title stand out. At first I was thinking I wanted a few more, but I decided against that. There are lots of vellum stickers included, and they are super cute. All right, so I'm really happy with my layout. I want to glue this butterfly down. I noticed it wasn't glued down, and I like the color that it brings. I also don't have my Bramble Fox perspective glued down. Now there is some protective backing on the back, so you do want to peel that off. If you don't, it might not stick to your page, so always peel that off. And then when I glue any acrylic pieces down, I like to use the Nuvo Deluxe glue, and that's what I have here in my precision glue press. And I just find that it will adhere nicely. It's a good strong glue, but it also dries clear. So if any seeps out, which it probably will just dry clear on my layout, and I don't have to worry about it. So I think this is looking really cute. I got the pink heart down there and the yellow to bring in more color. So I've got all my colors down there. And then when I thought I was done, I found this chipboard piece, and I love that it says crazy. So I thought that was cute, and when would I ever use that? So it's crazy for her to think that this is her car, but she sure does look cute in it. Off camera, I went in and put some ribbon there in my tags, and I glued those down. And now I'm bringing in some Shimmerz Paints in the color Black Hole. And this is a nice, good acrylic paint. So I like to splatter it around my layout. Now I am on the Shimmerz Paints design team, so if you ever place an order with Shimmerz Paints, you can add my name, Melissa Minor, to the notes section of your order, and Shimmerz will send you a free paint. And you can add my name to every order you place, and each time you'll get another free gift. All right, so that wraps up today's layout. I really like the way this turned out. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. I will have some affiliate shopping links listed down below for products that I use that were not Hip Kit related. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.